This is a documentary by David Hessner on ecological withdrawals and additions. I am on the campus of St. Martin's University, and I'm filming outside of Barron Hall. An ecological addition that I don't think we make it here, but we might, is the addition of fertilizers. Generally adding nitrogen or like sulfur to the ground, and while doing that assists the plants in growing. It can also be washed out by rain or just watering of the plants into the sewer systems or into areas that we don't want it to be in, such as the forests, which mess with the natural systems that occur there. A withdrawal that happens is we do cut away branches. I know that this is very dark. We cut away branches and we mow the grass to keep it down, but that takes away from animals that can use that, or that it would grow until it falls over and dies. Those additions also assist mosses in growing, which invade and choke out other life. Another ecological withdrawal and addition we make is through cars, which we withdraw the oil and materials to create and fuel all of the vehicles that we make, such as buses, which we use to as public transport to cut down on the amount of vehicles on the road. Some of these buses are hybrid electric, which means they are charged from a charging station and use electrical power from some kind of generator rather than the gasoline that is created from petroleum and refined into gasoline and other petroleum products. This is the Target parking lot in Lacey, Washington, where it is very busy, as you can see. Oh, pandemic busy. But ecological addition that we make using our cars, even if it is unintentional on our part, is fluid leakage, which you can see sometimes in stains on the parking lot before they've been washed off. Part of this is the fact that sometimes there's damage to the underside of cars and they start leaking fluids, which are bad for the environment, and these fluids then get washed off of the pavement into the sewage system or into the ground, which then it gets into the groundwater. And a part of this is that it's generally the disposal method for this is specialized containers, and it is supposed to be drained into a drip pan when it is being replaced. So as part of this, sometimes it happens. Another addition is the fumes given off by the cars as they idle, and when they are idling they are burning fuel with no benefit.
Well, she said that when I was taking the order out, she said that I had said that I was taking a specific person out,
and there's no benefit because the fuel is not being burned to move, it is just being burned to keep the engine idling rather than provide forward motion. It just idles. burning fuel and still giving off carbon emissions from the exhaust that is generated. Fuel can burn more efficiently depending on how it is processed, but that does not take into account the cost of further refining the fuel. One of the ways that humanity is attempting to reduce their ecological emissions is making more fuel efficient engines so that we burn less gasoline to perform the same amount of work. We currently get in a car between 30 and 40 miles to the gallon distance. It used to be much worse. Some early cars were 5 miles to the gallon, which was impressive for its time because it was a car and you didn't need a horse. But we now travel massive amounts of distance on a single tank of gas, where it would have taken a similar journey would have taken many more. But one of the problems with this is the human desire for the new shiny thing. When a human can afford something that they want, they will generally get it. And if everyone is able to afford cars, that's more cars on the road. And no matter how efficient they are, that's increasing the amount of emissions we give off faster than we can make them more efficient.